Dune, Part 2 gives Paul Atreides a key line from the books, and there is a deeper meaning behind him saying, "May thy knife chip and shatter." The second part of Denis Villeneuve's adaptation of Frank Herbert's novel further explores the rise of Timothée Chalamet's character as the leader of the Freemen. Picking up immediately after Dune's ending, Dune 2 greatly expands the way audiences understand the Freeman people, their culture, and their customs. This is part of Paul's journey to leading the Freemen into war with House Harkonnen and his attempt to bring new leadership to the galaxy. Paul's plan comes to a head in Dune 2's ending when he goes to fight Feyd-Rautha Harkonnen, Austin Butler, who is selected as a champion to fight on behalf of Emperor Shaddam, Christopher Walken. The brutal fight between cousins is mostly focused on the knife and fighting skills that each possesses, and it is mostly lifted directly from the pages of Herbert's book. This includes the decision to have Paul say, "May thy knife chip and shatter," as his last words before the fight begins. There is a greater meaning to it based on the franchise and book lore. Paul Atreides' "May thy knife chip and shatter" line in Dune 2's Feyd-Rautha fight explained. Paul Atreides saying, "May thy knife chip and shatter," before fighting in Feyd-Rautha is a sign of him pulling from the Freeman culture he's become integrated with. The line is a common saying among the Freemen, especially as a taunt before a fight. The saying is a way for a fighter to wish harm upon their opponent, as a knife chipping and shattering would certainly bring defeat and likely death. Paul wishing this outcome for Feyd-Rautha by using the Freeman saying is a way to illustrate his place among the people of Arrakis. Paul's "May thy knife chip and shatter" line becomes a subtle reminder of his journey in Dune 2 in that regard. The entire movie is about him becoming more like the Freemen so that they will accept him as one of their own. This includes taking a new name, Ma-Dib Usul, before they recognize him as the prophesied Lisan al-Gaib. Ultimately, Paul's taunt becomes reality, as he kills Feyd-Rautha just as he foresaw in one of his visions. Neither of their knives chip or shatter, but the outcome of death is still achieved. Dune 2's Paul Atreides and Feyd-Rautha fight plays out similarly to the books. It is a battle of skill between the two potential future leaders of the galaxy and heirs of powerful houses that only allow each to use knives. Feyd-Rautha uses the Emperor's blade for the fight, but his secret poison blades are removed from the adaptation, while Paul uses the crysknife. Feyd-Rautha's death in Dune 2 does happen differently than in the book, though. Paul saying, "May thy knife chip and shatter," in Dune 2 is partly a callback to his fight with Jaime's. The Freeman fighter memorably partakes in a duel with Paul in Dune's ending, and he says the same phrase to the young Atreides before it begins. Jaime's believes that he is the much stronger fighter and will have no issues defeating the young Atreides. However, it is he who is defeated, as Jaime's becomes the first person that Paul ever kills. Paul using Jaime's line in Dune 2 shows how he has changed thanks to his experiences and time with the Freeman. When he first heard the phrase and fought Jaime's, Paul was hesitant to end someone's life. It is immediately after Paul kills Jaime's that he begins living with the Freeman and learning what it means to live like the natives of Arrakis. Paul's "May thy knife chip and shatter" line in Dune 2 shows that he is now quite comfortable killing if that is what the situation requires. It's another example that shows how the Freeman helped change Paul. "May thy knife chip and shatter" shows Dune 2's loyalty to the books.